Alright, so we're actually re-recording this. I only got like 30 seconds into it last time, but anyway, I got a phone call. That's all it was, but anyway, you don't care about that. So, I was gonna talk about Bioshock today, but my husband, Senor Sylveon, and that's just what I'm gonna start calling him on my videos, because that's what I call him on my Twitch stream and what he gets called in the Discord, which, by the way, both of those are linked down below. Fun times. But we went and saw the new Doctor Strange movie yesterday, so I had to talk about that. And what I'm gonna say right now is huge disclaimer. I know I'm gonna get hate and flack anyway, but I don't care. Huge disclaimer. This review is coming from a very casual Marvel fan. I was never big into Marvel, big into superheroes and stuff. Senor Sylveon's definitely the one more into that, but yeah, I'm a casual viewer, enjoyer. Like, never read the comics, didn't really, watch even much superhero stuff growing up. So that's where the point of view that this review is coming from. But anyway, let's just get right into it and talk about Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness. The madness of the multiverse. I'm dumb, I can't remember which way it goes. So anyway, I'm just gonna say right now, for me personally, go see this movie if you have not seen it. Just go watch it right now. Because from here on out, I'm gonna be talking spoilers, because I want to get into specifics of stuff. So, fair warning, spoilers ahead now. Go watch the movie first, then come back and watch this review. So, first off, of course, the cinematography and all the special effects and everything looks fantastic. The movie looks fantastic. Benedict Cumberbatch, always a great Doctor Strange. Like, you can't really go wrong. I had the interesting, because I, hadn't read the comics or anything, so I had the interesting of going in. I knew Scarlet Witch was going to be in it, but I didn't realize she was basically the bad guy. So, it wasn't really a twist, I would say. It was just, oh, I didn't realize that. But, it was still kind of cool in that regard. What was really nice was, and in some ways kind of mean, was seeing the snippet of hope of what could be if Marvel could get the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four, because we need good movies of those, like especially Fantastic Four. Like, we need that, but the problem is Fox has the rights. But anyway, moving on from that. Yeah, the movie, it's shot beautifully. It looks great when they're going through, like, the multiverse, when Doctor Strange in America doing that for the first time. Like, I think it's shot really cool, and dynamic, the way they're going through, and you've seen all these different universes and everything. Like, I honestly thought it was really cool. Now, one of my big things that I really love about this movie is they went dark with it. Like, you could almost say it kind of went into thriller horror aspect without really going there. Like, it was definitely on the cusp of it. Like, what would be a thriller horror superhero movie kind of thing. And they went as far as they could without making it R. Like, for instance, when, there's a lot of kind of jump scary things, like the way Scarlet Witch twists herself out of the mirror in, I can't remember the name of the place, but the holy place where they're trying to protect America. Like, the way she twisted herself out of the mirror, one, looked really cool and was really well done, and two, that was some like freaky Bloody Mary looking stuff. Like, what? I was not expecting all that. And when, Scarlet Witch, she was in the other universe and she was fighting the heroes who were a part of the Illuminati, because that's always something, for instance. Just more deaths of the heroes that were very gruesome. Like, the one guy, she crushed his brain in half. Mr. Fantastic literally, like, unwound him, like how you would unwind twine or rope or something like that, like slowly and painfully. Cut Captain Carter, yeah, that's her name, cut Captain Carter in half. Like, you just kind of, obviously that was very much, you knew that was the thing, but you just kind of saw, like, the top of her body slide off, just like in a not natural, like a way you could tell the lower half wasn't really following suit. So just getting that subtle, and then you had the other person get crushed to death. Like, it was some gruesome, dark stuff. You had a zombie Doctor Strange. That was fun, because he ended up having a dream walk, and he dream walked into the dead body that was back in his own universe. But anyway, that's all that with, like, just examples of, like, how it got dark and wasn't afraid to go dark and go in that direction, which I really, because I really love, like, thriller and horror and stuff. I love that genre of, books, movies, games, all that. I freaking love it, so I'm down for whatever with that. So that was something that I really enjoyed, and, like, Senor Sylvia, he informed me, apparently, because I don't know about WandaVision, I have not watched WandaVision, but he said, like, anytime Scarlet Witch gets involved, stuff gets pretty dark, and looking at her character and what her character, like, does, and how, it's witchcraft, all that, her powers and everything work, it honestly makes sense as to why stuff gets dark with Scarlet Witch. But anyway, something else I really loved was when Doctor Strange was fighting another universe, like another version of himself, and in that part of the multiverse, I guess he had not, or like there were two universes that were colliding, so it was kind of messed up and fucked up, and that Doctor Strange had the Darkhold. I think I'm saying that right. So he was obviously very corrupted. And what I really loved that they did interesting with that fight, because honestly, I love how in both movies, in any movie he's been in, the way of how they, show the fighting, like, I like how his powers look and work. I think it's really cool, but something I love that they did that was more unique is they literally, like, took notes off a page for a piano score and started throwing them at each other, and the thing was, the notes were making, like, actual music and everything. So it was like, it was taking notes and throwing them at him, like a bar of a piece of music, and throwing it at them. And, like, it was a short fight, but honestly, I feel like that kind of fight, that way of fighting should be fairly short, because I feel like, you don't want it to overstay its welcome in that regard. It made it cool. It was a very memorable fight. I honestly thought it was unique for their powers, and, like, a more unique way, an interesting way to use his powers. So, I've been gushing on all about that. The story, it's kind of a basic story. There's not really much to complain about, but most stuff nowadays, I guess, would be quote-unquote considered basic, because you can't really do much different. But, he sees America in what he thinks is a dream, but it's technically a dream, but he's seeing another, multiverse version of herself, and she ends up in his universe. She's the only one who can travel the multiverse. She can open portals, but she doesn't know how to open the portals or control herself. And he goes to try and get help from Scarlet Witch, thinking he would help, but Scarlet Witch has a hold of the Darkhold, and she sees all these other universes where she has two sons. And she, more than anything, wants to take America's powers so she can go through the multiverse and go to a universe where she can be a mom and have her sons. Of course, that's not gonna fly, so Scarlet Witch does what you're gonna do if you're not getting what you want, and of course goes on full frontal attack and being like, well, you could have handed over her nicely, but since you're not gonna just hand her over, I'm just gonna take her by force and still take her powers anyway, even though she's not gonna survive. And part of the conflict with her character, that it's coming and it's brought up at the end, and there's kind of glimpses of it shown, and even Doctor Strange asks, he's like, okay, well, when you go to that universe, what about their mom? Because obviously there's a Wanda that exists in that universe. So, it's bringing to light the whole thing of, like, okay, there's, like, let's say, real life, you lose your kids, and then you find out there's another universe where your exact same family exists and your kids are alive there. Like, would you ethically, like, would you want to go to that universe and try to reclaim your kids? Because you would have to get rid of this other version of yourself. like this person that is their mom, because you're not technically their mom because you don't belong in that universe. So, you know, it just brings up that kind of whole thing to be like, well, you know, and of course she doesn't want to really face that reality at first of being like, they have a mom. You can't just walk into that universe and be like, hey, okay, I'm your mom now. Like, you're not thinking this through. They have a mom. There's a Wanda in that universe. She's there. And maybe I just got thinking on that more because, you know, I have 2 kids. And actually I'm pregnant with my 3rd. Go figure. Go figure. I don't know why I say it like that. That's weird. But I mean, we wanted more kids, just to throw that in. But anyway, like, I guess I just thought about it more in the sense of like, you know, I'm gonna have 3 kids come this fall. So it's like, if I lost my kids, it's like, I personally, no, I couldn't go to another universe and take that mom, because it's like, those even aren't really my kids. Like, it's a different universe. They're not even really my kids. And in some ways too, it would feel like, am I replacing my kids? I mean, it's slightly different from, obviously, you know, this Wanda, but it's the same kind of concept. But I just thought it was interesting to look at. But yeah, that's, I mean, the whole basics of the story. You can probably guess from there what happens, but the soundtrack of the movie too, it's really good stuff. Like, the movie's long, but I honestly was not bored. Sometimes I get bored with superhero movies, feels like they're dragging out. There was not really a minute or an instance in this movie where I was bored. I was enjoying it the whole time. Now, I know there are some people who are saying the movie wasn't good, and maybe it's just because I'm not into, like, Marvel in the sense of I know all about Doctor Strange and all this other stuff, and this stuff's being retconned and what's been changed. So for me as a casual enjoyer, I really enjoyed this movie. And I mean, Senor Sylveon, he's not as into Doctor Strange. Spider-Man is his favorite, but he really enjoyed it too. And he's someone who is a lot more into Marvel, superheroes, all that stuff. And he really enjoyed it. So honestly, I'm gonna give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. I personally highly think you should go watch it. It was really enjoyable. There was a lot of stuff I loved about it. And yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. You don't have to, but it helps to let me know what y'all are enjoying watching. Go ahead and leave a comment down below, maybe what's your favorite Marvel character or Marvel movie or whatever. If you like this video and want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, or I upload review videos every Monday and Friday, and then gameplay videos kind of every Sunday, but definitely every Wednesday. I have all my socials linked down below, like I said, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, if you want to join the Discord. I also have my vlog channel down there, which I infrequently post to. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, and I will see you all next time. Bye!